Jalen Hurts is out of the knee sleeve. Cam Jurgens is back on the prowl, ready to unlock this run game. Nico Dean goes on IR as expected. Let's get into it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I got to let y'all know to go over to Big Print Champs. Get your ski mask, Howie tees. Get everything you need, man. Use code BULLY10 at checkout. Make sure you get what's for you. You know what I'm saying? Everything's available via the Print Champs. Also, Underdog Fantasy. I know the NBA is back. Put in some bets, man. You know what I'm saying? Use my code also in the description as well. Get you a little couple free dollars to bet with. It's all good, man. The Eagles are back on the field, man. The Philadelphia Eagles are back on the field, and it couldn't come in a better time, you know what I mean, this bye week. We have live footage of Jalen Hurts. Well, not live footage. We have footage of Jalen Hurts practicing, looking as 100% as he's absolutely has over the course of the last few weeks. The knee sleeve is off. He looks to be moving like his regular self. He looks to be in good spirits, even in interviews, smiling, saying how much the bye week has, really timely this year for the Philadelphia Eagles. Smack dab in the middle, getting ready for the second half stretch of this long, grueling season. It's important to have Jalen Hurts 100% down the stretch. We know what the athleticism that he has and the style of play that he has, that risks are always a high factor for these type of quarterbacks. Hence why Jalen Hurts missed a couple games last year towards the tail end of the season and had to come back and bail us out. I want Jalen Hurts in rhythm before the playoffs start. So you know what I mean? I'm glad that he's healthy. We're looking good right there. Also glad that Cam Jurgens is back. Having your right guard back, it just speaks volumes. The protection will be up for Jalen Hurts. The run game should benefit tremendously with Cam Jurgens coming back, because nobody gets to the second level like Cam Jurgens and Kelsey. It's just, come on, man. We've seen the tape. Cam Jurgens is one of those guys that can block all the way downfield, blocks to the whistle, and you need that for your run game. I think the Philadelphia Eagles actually will be, implementing quite a bit of the run game this season for the second half of the season with Cam Jurgens coming back. So I'm really, really excited to see my guy Jurgie, man, getting some practice snaps in today. The whole team was in pads. Jurgens looks like he missed being out there with the guys, man. Dallas Goedert could possibly not have to go on IR. They're saying, he had the successful surgery during the bye, and this surgery went well, and he could be back in 4 weeks, thus not having us have to put him on IR. Dallas Goedert is a true warrior. He always comes back from injuries and responds. He doesn't really need no time to warm up and acclimate himself. But the major cause for concern is who's going to step up in that tight end position to fill the void while Dallas Goedert is out for these 4 weeks. Are the Philadelphia Eagles going to change the scheme up a bit and implement more of a heavy run? We got some good teams coming up. The Bills are still a good team in my opinion. I know they had some personnel changes, in the front office, but the Bills are still the Bills. So you still got to pay attention to those guys. You got Monday night and the Kansas City Chiefs. So what's it going to look like for the tight ends? But, it's good news to hear that Dallas Goedert potentially does not have to go on IR. That's fantastic news. Speaking of IR, Nico Dean is actually on IR. That's something that we all anticipated. He had the foot surgery, went on IR. So Nico Dean, I don't really see Nico Dean getting any more starting time this season. If Nico Dean can come back, down the stretch for the playoffs, but it has to be as a rotational piece at this point. The middle of the field has been a liability, to say the least. And it's not just Nico Dean. A lot of our linebackers have really shown that covering isn't their strong suit, especially across the middle of the field. But, with Nico Dean's injury history, I think it's just detrimental to the team how we keep throwing him in there because he's a high draft pick. Now everybody got to get used to how he does things. You switching green dots way too much, and I don't agree with that. Nicholas Morrow should be wearing that green dot. Nicholas Morrow should have never gotten rid of that starting position after that 3-sack game against the Commanders. So, speedy recovery to Nico Dean for sure. But I think Nicholas Morrow and Cunningham are the linebackers that that we need to be moving forward with. Brandon Graham, man. Brandon Graham had some words. Brandon Graham talked about some get back, talked about what it means to play against a team that knocked us out. In a nutshell, he basically was saying something on the lines of none of that matters. The ultimate get back is hoisting that Lombardi. You know what I mean? Of course we want to beat these guys. Of course we want to show these guys that we are that. Listen, this is the number one seed in the AFC going against the number one seed in the NFC. This is a playoff matchup. This will have playoff atmosphere. This game won't have playoff implications, but this is a real test your might game. And you know, Andy Reid is tremendous off of the bye. A lot is at stake. A lot of pride. You know what I mean? A lot of bragging rights in this game. We want to say we beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs want to say they beat us again. You know what I mean? This whole Taylor Swift, Kelsey thing, man, we got to go out there and shut this down. And we got to make way, and we got to do what we got to do as Philadelphia Eagles fans. So you know what I mean? If let me know what you guys think about Cam Jurgens returning back, Jalen Hurts getting rid of the sleeve, Dallas Goedert potentially being back early. I think that's the hugest news of all. He doesn't have to go on IR. Nico Dean, unfortunately, going on IR, and Brandon Graham, you know, getting the guys riled up. You know, taking a real serious business-like approach to this matchup. This team is ready for the second half of the season, and you know we all the way with it. Also, Monday night, I will be live streaming play-by-play the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to do a lot of that the second half of the season, man. It's time to get in our bag for sure. You know what I mean? And what better way to start with this, you know, Super Bowl matchup, man. So, as always, man, fly Eagles fly. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for the support. Tap in all the links, all the music, all of that stuff in the description. And you know the vibes, man.